This is the 4 square garden. It's basically a kitchen garden that's designed to be a replica of the type of gardens that the people that came to southern Pennsylvania, the Swiss and Germans, back in the 1800s and maybe late 1700s, kind of they would have, tended by the wife and kids, because it was a ready source of both food and some herbs. It's primarily and they had raised beds then too. A lot of research shows that there were raised beds, which we have here. The 4 in the center are basically all vegetables, edibles of one kind or another, and the periphery has some edibles, but there's some herbs in there as well. Some interesting plants, like this is a tobacco plant, which frankly this one came up volunteer in this area. It wasn't supposed to be there, but it sees itself very well. It's the flower of the tobacco plant here. I don't think it's the same variety of tobacco that actually that commercial tobacco production would use, but it looks exactly like a tobacco plant I've ever seen down in the Carolinas or somewhere where they do grow commercial stuff. And sage, of course, is a herbal plant used for some food. And this is a very vigorously growing goldenrod. It hadn't bloomed yet, but it will. And that was a minority, but the goldenrod's kind of taken over. Lamb's ear, used for poultices and things, is another medicinal herbal kind of plant. Walking onion, which is a self-propagating one. Onion bulb in the ground, but it bends over in time. And let's see, I don't see one that's got a head over. Here's a tiny one. And this will bend over and root itself and form another onion. So they call it a walking onion. This is a newly renovated strawberry bed. Feverfew. A terrible looking horseradish. There's a particular bug we've had an awful problem with that eats it pretty badly. Plus this time of year, it's a beautiful green lush before, but this time of year it began to not look so good. And the chamomile, which is all died off now, but it almost looks like the fever. Beautiful rhubarb plant. It's done so well. We've harvested so much rhubarb off of that one plant this year. You wouldn't imagine. Asparagus, which most people are familiar with. And a couple of mints here. This is catnip. And that's a mountain mint there. And if you've seen this tree, you know this plant, you know what it is. If you haven't, it's a castor bean. And once you've seen it, you'll always remember that. It's a very unique plant, which they did use back then. A reference to show and some of our work show that they did use back then. And I would assume that they used it as castor oil. Its commercial value is for an industrial lubricant, which is not used very much anymore, but there's certain niche areas that there is still a commercial value. I think it's mostly grown in India and Brazil. Fennel, herbal plant. Green-headed coneflower, which is just loaded with this particular wasp. I wish I knew the name of that wasp. I don't, but it's the very same one. It's just loaded. It loves this plant. Looks like it could sting you pretty well too if you made it mad. Two little birders on that one. Yeah, this is a Solomon seal, and It's not an edible, it's an herbal. We use it in a medicinal plant, laxative. Everything's good for depression, laxative, and arthritis. I think every herbal plant, they all have that. Wild ginger, which doesn't make a root like the ginger you buy in the store. Comfrey. But this is the Three Sisters garden without the squash. It's like two sisters. The beans and corn did beautifully, but by the time we finally planted squash, there was not much that was going to grow, and it was pretty minuscule little squash plant. But as it turns out, to shade the weeds out, these did it so well.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is. Very beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get the power from somewhere.
Do we know what they like? Well, this one maybe going to
I mean, if they were all out of it.
Interesting. Yeah. That's the first one I've ever seen. But when I Googled it, it said they're around.